Bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I'll stamp on it.
Alright, so I'm going with Aquaphor to moisturize my lips. Then I'm gonna go in with some Got2b glue gel to tame my eyebrows because they need to be glued. So I'm just brushing the product up into my brows and I'm gonna wait a little bit, and then once it starts to get tacky, I'm gonna use my finger to smooth it out, giving me the laminated brow effect. If you guys want a more in-depth brow tutorial, let me know. I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 420 and I'm gonna sculpt my brows with it. When I'm putting it on, I'm putting it a little bit underneath and then I'm working the product up closer to my brow. This way it kind of hides the line or makes it a little bit more seamless. Now I'm going with this brush to just blend it out. I like to use like a dense brush, like a small eyeshadow dense brush when I'm doing that. Then I'm using the same shade up on my to sculpt the top part. Normally I don't do this, but because my brows really needed to be groomed, I went ahead and did it just so it was a little bit more defined, and I'm using the same brush to blend that out with. Now I'm going in with the Milk Hydro Grip primer. The one by e.l.f. also works just as great. I'm just working that in with a brush. I'm taking the same concealer now and I'm putting it underneath my eyes. There's no real like way I'm putting it on. I'm just putting it on there, like just and then I'm going with the NYX contour wand and just to kind of sculpt my cheeks, and I'm putting a little bit on my forehead as well. When it comes to forehead, I like to use the brush to grab it like that, just so it makes it a little bit easier for me to control. So I'm going in with the contour wand to contour my nose. I'm doing 2 straight lines down the middle and a circle to give me that nice shape I like. I'm doing a middle using concealer to do a line down the middle and a dot in the circle. I'm spraying with the Morphe Continuous Spray to help blend out the concealer, and I'm going with that same brush from earlier to just blend out the ends and diffuse it a bit. And I'm really I don't know if you look closely, you see that I'm not really going up into like my under eye area. I'm just gonna leave that to sit a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna use a foundation brush or like a dense flat head brush to blend out the concealer on my forehead, my upper lip, and my chin. I found that these type of brushes work best for me when I am blending out. I'm using the Rare Beauty blush in Joy, and I'm just gonna apply that to the higher points of my cheek, and then I'm gonna blend that out. I'm gonna spray again, and this time I'm gonna go in with that same brush, but I'm gonna focus the concealer now up on my under eye. I have a lot of creasing under my under eye, so I have to wait for the last minute when I'm about to set to do that. So when I do that now, I go right away in with my powder to set, and today I'll be using the Laura Mercier powder to set under that, and I do one eye at a time. So I blend it out and then I set, and then I move on to the next, and I do that just to help minimize my creasing. I'm going with the Sephora Macro Smooth powder and the Huda Beauty powder in cinnamon to set I'm using the Huda Beauty one to set my upper lip, and then I'm going to use the Sephora Macro Smooth to set my forehead and my chin. I don't really like when my under eye and my upper lip match, like the colors match too much when I'm doing a natural glam, because I feel like it defeats the purpose. Or maybe I just haven't mastered that. Y'all tell me. But that's what I'm doing. I'm also then going with the Juvia's Place bronzer in Deep Dark. I'm using that to add some color back into my face. I'm pretty much just adding the bronzer in everywhere that I use the contour wax. The contour wand. I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette in the 2 shades in the middle on the right hand side. I think it's Zama and Jamata or something like that, but I'm using that to set my blush. Now I'm using a fluffy eyeshadow brush to add some color back into my eyelids. Normally I will let my hyperpigmentation do its thing, but today it wasn't giving, so I decided to go in with my bronzer shade on my eyelids just to add a little something. I'm using a dense brush to blend out my nose contour. I like dense brushes because I feel like I can control the product more, but I'm trying to keep it in the middle of my, or as close to the middle of my bridge as possible. And then I'm also bringing it up and out almost to where my eyeshadow, like my crease, but like closer to like my eyebrow area is, just so I feel like it makes it look nice. Now I'm using my fingers to just blend out the concealer I put in the middle. I find that when I use my finger, I have a lot more control and I can keep it kind of straight. And then I'm also like patting and not really dragging, just so I can keep the shape and the structure of it. I'm gonna go ahead and spray one more time with the Morphe Concealer Setting Spray, and I'm gonna apply my lashes. And then for my lip combo, I didn't really like this lip combo, so I'm not really gonna get into the specifics of it. This is not like my normal lip combo, but I'm just using a brown liner and the what's it called, the NYX Butter Gloss, and I think that shit is beige or something like that, something similar. But that's that. And then I'm adding a clear gloss on top of the brown liner because I feel like it just adds something extra.
This one I bet you me, I no get time,